Address. We're now joined by the Speaker of the National Assembly, Baleka Mbete. She joins us from our studios in Parliament. Speaker, thank you for being with us. Given the EFF's threat, are you not worried that we could have another shambolic state of the nation?
Well, I hope not. I mean, you don't go into war being negative. That's the most important event of the year on the political calendar of South Africa. And we never go into it assuming that anyone would be planning to go and disrupt it or create chaos out of it. So we go in there hopefully to achieve something that will make all of us proud, including all members of Parliament and South Africa out there.
But Speaker, given the disruptions that we've seen before, wouldn't it be rational to prepare for some sort of disruption if the EFF is threatening that?
I didn't hear that. Can you just repeat the question?
I'm saying, given the threat, wouldn't it be rational to actually prepare for a disruption? Given the EFF's previous behavior, surely it's going to happen.
As we said in the press briefing, we always prepare thoroughly. And in the same usual way, we have everything prepared for any eventuality, because we also learn every year what are the likely developments, and therefore should just be ready for them. But it doesn't mean we have sleepless nights because somebody out there has said something.
Just to clarify, the President has no obligation to actually answer questions. That comes later during the debate on the State of the Nation address.
You are correct. The occasion of the 7th of February is the occasion asked for by the President of the Republic as head of state in order for him to address the nation and deliver his annual State of the Nation address.
Speaker, we've been reporting that former President Jacob Zuma will not be in attendance. Can you give us more? Is that possibly linked to President Cyril Ramaphosa saying that we lost 9 years under the former president?
I don't know what you are referring to. I didn't hear that statement, but there's nothing strange about some of the dignitaries sometimes not attending or replying to us and confirming attendance maybe a day or two before the actual occasion. So at this point, all we can say is that we have not yet received acceptance or confirmation of attendance from the former president. But we don't think that that should be cause for any worry, because he might still be going to respond to us and accepting our invitation.
All right. I'd like to move away from the EFF's threat, but if you look at President Cyril Ramaphosa, perhaps he didn't know, but he did give Parliament incorrect information. He said that R500,000 from Bosasa was for work done by his son. Then later he clarified that. But are you concerned as Parliament that wrong information was given? Is there anything that you are doing around that?
We are aware that the President was meeting the public protector in relation to that particular issue. And it's not an unusual situation that a question or two are outstanding and need further clarification. And we are interacting with the presidency, and we really have no reason to worry about that particular issue.
You were talking about the cost cutting earlier, so this State of the Nation even more curtailed than previously. What does that mean? So no gala dinner, will we still see great fashion on the 7th of February?
In actual fact, if you think back, since the beginning of this term, from 2014, we have not been having gala dinners. We had already started cutting on the budget and really allowing people to spend the evening as they wish, wherever they want to spend it. So we had already started on this approach, but there are further cuts to the activities of this SONA of February 2019, because remember, there's going to be a second SONA after the elections in June. And therefore, some of what we normally mount, like for instance, you normally source veterans from all the provinces through our provincial legislatures. We have not done that this time. We also normally have a junior guard, in other words, younger people who form part of the structures that stand along the route that the president usually takes from lower down near the gates, lower down in Parliament, which is a longer route, him coming up, which is not what we are going to do this time. He's just going to come to Africa House and alight there, disembark there, and we will lead him to where he will then take the salute.
Speaker, we're running out of time, and I do want to ask you how you are feeling. So the elections are coming, drawing near, and that marks the end of your term. You've told Times Live, you reported there, saying that you're anxious about the future.
I hear that now the media is making a lot of noise about anxiety. All I was simply saying is that everybody normally knows your job. You know that you are there for so many years, and you know perhaps when you are going to be retiring. I might have started at a certain point in 2018 having my own thoughts about things. But there's a way in which you get reminded all the time you are not your own person 100%. There are other factors that determine your future. And you always wait for that. And some of what happens while you are waiting is that you are wondering. If wondering is a better word, I think maybe that's what we should look at calling it, rather than saying it's anxiety, because it's not anxiety in the sense of bad anxiety. It's just, you know, you have question marks.
If you look back,
it's just natural, it's just human.
I agree. And if you look back over your term, are there moments that you are proud of, and are there moments that you regret, possibly the phone jamming in 2015?
Those things happen, and we didn't set out planning to jam the phones, because in fact, in the end, you know that it was not the presiding officers of Parliament or any office bearers of Parliament that were responsible for that. But it happens, and it did happen. It is regrettable. We regret it, and we hope it will never happen again.
How would you describe the last few years? I mean, it seemed towards the end there was this momentum, parliamentary committees taking their job very seriously, receiving a lot of attention. Then, unfortunately, one of the most active chairs, Vincent Smith, implicated in bribery. Has it been a roller coaster?
Maybe in certain respects, yes, but I think the term has been a very bubbly term. If you remember, if you look back at it, maybe from different angles, the term was a very energetic one in many different ways from other terms that I have served in this parliament, in different respects, which I don't think we have time to unpack. But it was a very interesting one. I don't regret any of it.
All right. Thank you very much for looking back for us and being with us this evening. That was the Speaker of the National Assembly, Baleka Mbete.